That's my pick of the week.
So we were talking about some bands that you have heard, and then you like them, but then you don't stay on top of new music they put out. And then time goes by, and next thing you know, there's three fucking albums from this band you like you haven't heard. That happened to me
Say that again.
when you stop following bands you like,
Right.
and then they release material, then you don't hear it, and then you come across it later. So that happened to me.
So you mean you have some bands who
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were fans of, and
right.
somehow you stopped
Stop
buying.
or finding out news about them or anything.
Which bands have those?
Well, for example, Candlebox. So they had that first album,
Right.
and I saw them when they were starting out,
Right.
very, very early.
Right.
And I liked Candlebox.
Right.
They had a good record out. You, No Sense, Far Behind.
You want to hear something scary?
What?
That's my pick of the week.
No fucking way.
That's my pick of the
The
week.
first album from
The first
Candlebox.
Candlebox.
So let me ask you this: have you heard any of the other shit? I did not.
You mean to tell me that you're done at the first record?
Well, I wasn't done. I just didn't. Okay, so I think I remember hearing some songs from the second album.
Wow, you've missed so much.
Right. So I made a playlist with the whole fucking discography.
You've missed so much. So this is so if I understand it correctly, this is bands that you used to listen to all the time. You were 100% bought in, and somehow something happened one way or another where they just fell through the frame.
Yeah.
And then you're just now finding them out later,
Right.
where they're talking about 15, 20 years later.
Well, in the case of Candlebox, yes.
Wow, that's pretty fucking huge.
Yeah.
But that's cool though.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're going back to them. So the conversation should be, what brought you back to Candlebox? What
Yeah.
I mean, that's
So
where were you? What were you doing?
right.
What
Yeah.
happened that you were like, oh, Candlebox? What happened to Candlebox?
So I was huge into rock in the 80s and 90s. Late 90s, I started listening to more Spanish music, more Spanish rock, and other kinds of, you know, I learned about like jazz, like Miles Davis and shit like that, but I had never really heard before. So I started like listening to different kinds of music. So that's what happened. Time went by, and the next thing you know, Candlebox has fucking like six new albums. I'm fucking pissed.
Candlebox, man, they're a great band, man.